Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Chicken Police, Paint It Red. We've just spoken to Natasha Katzenko, asked some questions, and she's asked us to meet her at her weekend house soon. We're just going to check that we've got nothing else to say here, and then I will move on.
How did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Good point.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Is that so?
Let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Ah, could be.
You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Everyone?
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
Maybe it
A little bit.
More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Alright, well that could be that
This
then, I
woman's
guess.
aware of her.
Anything else
Do
to
you
say?
have a light, Natasha?
I'm sorry. I've never smoked.
Really? That's very uncommon in your line of work.
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work too. But I promise that next time we meet, I'll bring you a box of matches.
I might take you up on that.
No trouble at all.
This is getting to a dangerous situation, this, isn't it? Oh, okay, new function, ask. Oh, so we can ask her about all of these things. Let's do that
Why
then.
did you name it the Czar Club when you took over? It was the Millions before.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Slavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders.
You feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
Here? No. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves. And whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
I feel like we're learning a lot of things about the background here, which is good.
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was risky even to send Debbie.
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware of my little investigation.
Very aware.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one.
Okay, Wessler himself
May
then.
I be brash?
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
Ibn, do you love him?
In my own way? Yes, I do.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, that wasn't a definite yes, was
You
it?
can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
That's not a real answer, is it?
Not properly.
If you only accept yes or no, then yes, I love him.
Achievement unlocked. Is this love? Okay. Message from Natasha.
So this message,
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny. But if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
You're a real angel.
Alright, Marty
Why
McChicken.
just me? What's wrong with my partner?
That's a good question.
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet. I wanted to talk to you in private because of Molly.
Right.
Well, thank you for your discretion. It means a lot.
Don't mention it.
Okay, and Olivia Blackwig.
So, who's this Olivia bird?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
You don't care?
Huh.
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your
Interesting.
business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
It was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it.
Alright, well, that's everything we could ask. We've got a lot of new entrances there in the codex. So, we learnt more about Olivia as well. According to Natasha, Olivia is perfectly devoid of emotion. Doesn't mean she's not Ibn's lover. Okay. So yeah, we got a lot of new info from this, didn't we? Alright, I think we might be ready to go. So the question is, where do we go now?
Well?
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
Yeah.
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought
Okay.
Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Alright, so I wonder if we've got to speak to Filmar as well, haven't we, before we leave? So perhaps we just have a final round of chatting to people?
Oh, have you talked to Natasha?
Yes.
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
Looks like he's about to pull a gun out.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Yeah, that sounds very
Take care of
foreboding
yourselves,
indeed.
guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh god.
That makes my feathers stand on end.
Old croakers, you're safe while I'm here.
I wish that were the case. You've already shot us once.
Okay, I didn't say anything.
Okay, so we can ask him some things, but let's see what he gave us. Is it this on the left? Hang on. I keep closing the bag by mistake. Right. Is it this list
We
here?
stepped into it, didn't we?
What is that? Big long list of
We
names?
stepped into it, didn't we?
Maybe we've got to
Oh,
ask him
it's
about it?
furry. What kind of a
Yeah,
list
there we go.
is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Oh
Sure,
god.
That's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets. She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh,
Hopefully not.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Oh, a new location. Okay. Right, so let's look at what flashed up there. Because we got a new clue. The list of all those imposing names must have something to do with Natasha and thus with the threats too. So are they all people who are linked to her? Because that changes things a little bit, doesn't it? Stakes have been raised. It seems like we can ask him things as well. So let's ask him about Wessler.
The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild love.
You've got a point.
Okay, strange list of
We
names.
stepped into it, didn't we?
That's an understatement. All of these names,
Belong to the upper crust. Yeah, I noticed.
it's
God.
only some sex cult, if you're lucky.
Don't even go there, Marty.
Yeah, all right.
Right, okay,
Wonderful
Katzenko.
girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
To be honest, me too.
Okay, the weekend house.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
I'm leaning towards bad news.
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
Could be better than
That's an
50%.
admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey,
Alright, and then Olivia Blackwig.
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
Yeah, I was thinking that. There's something suspicious about her, isn't there?
More women, more trouble.
You already fantasizing?
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, Pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
That's what you think. Okay, well, that's everything we could ask him then. Let's just see if there's... I don't think we could talk to any of
this is
these,
the
could we?
life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I tried.
Terrible. Alright then, Fox
Remember
fella.
that old case with the fox and the raven?
How could I even forget?
Absurd, right? All that bloodshed for a piece of cheese.
Yeah, hunger can bring out the monster in animals, right?
And the wildest and most primordial instincts, no matter how civilized they seem.
As you say, Marty.
Alright, can't interact with them. Right, let's try...
Hey, Marty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Ah, are you chicken or what?
Yes,
Soft
actually.
old bird.
Nah, chicken shit.
Alright, can we speak to this
Excuse
guy?
me, pal. My name is
We can.
Santino Featherland.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
Well, Gabriel.
Listen, pal. Maybe if,
Did I stutter, chicken? Get lost.
Well, that's the end of that conversation. Alright, Olivia.
Wessler's secretary.
Olivia Blackwig. You think she knows anything useful?
I think she might know
It's
something.
worth a try, Marty, but let me do the talking. She's not very fond of you.
You can say that again.
What can I say? You know, back in the day, I flew from tree to tree. I was a free bird.
Oh my god.
Maybe I was playing her a bit.
Flew from tree to tree. Alright, let's talk.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
Something like
you
that.
don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything
Yeah, very
else?
blunt. Got the answers we wanted there then. Oh, we do have an ask function though. We've also got a bunch of new stuff in here. Okay, the Czar
Do
Club?
you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So why are you here now then? Alright,
You know,
Wessler.
Gideon's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change. I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am.
It's very defensive.
What's your relationship with Miss Natasha Katsenko?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Well, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
Okay.
If
Weekend
I'm not
house.
mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
Okay. Well, that's all we can ask then. So, we've got some locations we can check out. The weekend house. Oh, okay, so we can either go back to the police department or the hot dog as those timed things again. So, I guess we need to go to those before we go to the weekend house because they're, you know, they'll disappear. So, right, so let's go to the police department, I guess, and then we'll go to the hot dog. Is it the hot dog?
Sonny. What exactly are we doing here?
Let's hope we can learn something about Natasha and Ibn by sniffing around before we visit that weekend house in Flowerville.
That sounds like a
Learn
plan.
something from Phyllis and Roy's.
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking about them.
No.
Yeah, figures.
Alright, so we're back here. So we're going to have to do a little bit of digging. I think those timed places are good to visit because they give you more information, I think, for the main stuff. So we'll check out the two timed places and then go to the next story-based thing. But that is going to do it for this one, guys. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, and Terminally Nerdy for all the support. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really helps YouTube push this video out to more people who'd like to watch it and join our little point-and-click community that we're building here. And I'll see you all next time.